Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Middle James 3 Regional Planning Unit meeting. I do want to start off by saying I am recording this. I plan on posting it for those who may not be able to attend. So if anyone has an objection, please note. Otherwise, I will proceed. My name is Mark Bittner. I'm Director of Data and Technology here at Plan RVA. I also am joined by our Executive Director, Martha Schickel. We have a large number of attendees. So in the interest of time, I was not going to ask everyone individually to introduce themselves. But what I would like to do is go through all the localities as well as the other involved entities. And if you have a representative here, please state that. But I will call them out now one at a time. Number one is Amelia County.
Here.
All right, thank you. Charles City County. Anyone here from Charles City? Okay. Chesterfield County. Do we have a Chesterfield representative?
Yes, we do. George Hayes.
All right, thank you, George. Cumberland County. Again, Cumberland County. All right. Dinwiddie County.
Yes, Eddie Pearson's here.
All right, thank you very much. Goochland County.
Present, Josh Gillespie.
Thank you, Josh. Hanover County.
Hanover's here, Matt Ellinghouse.
Thank you. Henrico County. Henrico. All right. Powhatan County.
Yep, Powhatan's here. Will Hagee and Tim Glidewell.
Thank you all very much. Prince George County.
Prince George is here, Frank Haltom and Rachel Lumpkin.
Good. City of Colonial Heights. Colonial Heights. All right. Hopewell. Anyone from Hopewell?
Yes, Christian Volk and Kelly Ryan.
And you're with the Virginia American Water, I believe. Is that correct?
Yes, correct.
Yes. Okay. The city of Petersburg. All right. City of Richmond.
President Scott Morris.
All right. Town of Ashland.
Yeah, here, Mike Jennings.
Okay. The town of McKinney. Is anyone from McKinney here? All right. Commonwealth Regional Council. Okay. Crater PDC.
Yeah, Andrew's here.
All right. Thank you, Andrew. Plan RVA, represented by me as well as Martha Schickel. Appomattox River Water Authority.
Robert Wilson.
All right, thank you, Robert. That is the list. We already have Virginia American Water that have spoken up. So let me get into the agenda. I did share the agenda with you in the email invitation. Let me see, but I can, oops, we got one more here. All right. I'm going to start going through it right now. Item 2, the purpose of the regional planning unit. I believe we're probably all familiar with it, but let me share my screen real quick to get to some information. Again, that's the steering committee, which we just went through. The purpose of the RPU, or the regional planning unit, and I'm just pulling this straight from Virginia DEQ's website. The state is requiring all localities to become part of a regional water supply plan unit with the purpose of producing a regional water supply plan, which will be due October 9th, 2029. Another purpose of today's meeting is for the RPU, which is represented by everyone here today, to understand what the organization is, where we are in the process, and what we may be doing moving forward. Hopefully everyone has access to this SharePoint site, which we have put together. right at the top is a map of the regional planning unit. They follow mostly watershed boundaries. Second. And they cross PDC boundaries, as you'll see in just a moment. These are all the localities that are part of our RPU, which is again, Middle James 3. Some of them you may not see a label, but they are part of it. Richmond, Colonial Heights, and Petersburg. In addition to local governments, and what I'm doing right now is talking about item 3, the steering committee. And before anybody may ask, I did get a question this week. I am not asking any of you all to give a presentation or talk about anything here today, unless you want to. But again, don't feel like you have to present anything. I'm just simply listing what our RPU consists of. Several local governments, which you see here. The Appomattox River Water Authority, which represents localities around the Tri-Cities area. Virginia American Water, which represents the city of Hopewell. And we also have 3 planning district commissions represented, which are shown by these colors here. All of Plan RVA in this sort of pink purple color is part of this RPU, with the exception of New Kent County, which is right here. The blue area is the Crater PDC. These are crater localities, and the green area is the Commonwealth Regional Council. Their members include Cumberland County and Amelia County, which again make up the Middle James 3 Regional Planning Unit. The next item in the agenda is a link to this SharePoint site. Again, hopefully all of you have access to it. If you do not, you can contact me directly and I'll try to get it fixed. But this is going to be the hub for the project moving forward. I have sent out a message to all of you asking for water supply plans as well as any other relevant information. That gets me to item 5, which is some of you have expressed security concerns with putting water supply plans here on this SharePoint site. So before we might entertain any questions or discussion, I did want to point out the SharePoint site is not for public consumption. This is not a site that anybody surfing the internet should stumble upon. You have to have secured credentials to get in it. On the SharePoint site, there is a section here for water supply plans. I have gone around the internet, and if I found something publicly, I put it here. One example is Amelia County, right there. I also want to point out that Virginia DEQ has shared with me water supply plans for every part, excuse me, of our RPU. They are not on the SharePoint site. They are on my local hard drive of my computer, not accessible to anything on the internet right now. I will keep it that way, again, in the interests of security. If you do not want to put a plan here, you do not have to. We will ultimately, though, need to be able to see a copy of the plan and share it with any consultant we might hire in the future. But again, if you have a concern about security or information in your plan getting out, you do not have to put it on the SharePoint site. And as I said, Virginia DEQ has given me water supply plans as well. So under that title, are there any questions or concerns anyone may have? All right. We are right now in what's called the data collection phase of the project. Plan RVA is the coordinator for the project. I am project manager for it. This is not our area of expertise, of course, but we have been learning quickly. But I will say we have managed several regional projects in the past, and we are well experienced on that side of things. But we are learning everything we can about water supply as we speak. In addition to any plans, as I said, we'd welcome any other information you think might be relevant. The data collection phase is scheduled to go through September 28th of this year. One piece of information I would be interested in are cost estimates for producing a water supply plan. If you have a price for a previous plan that was done for your locality, and you wouldn't mind sharing it with me, please do. We can always adjust for inflation. We can adjust for a larger geographic area or population. But the point is, I'm hoping to get an estimate as to what this overall Middle James 3 RPU plan will cost, the one plan that we need to turn in by 2029. So anything along monetary or cost estimates that you can share, please do so. You can email me directly, or you can just upload it to SharePoint, either way. We also received a lot of new information just today from DEQ, centered mainly on the Excel workbook 70, 80, 100. I'm trying to digest that and learn, but that will need to be part of the plan that is ultimately turned in. I want to verify with DEQ if they are looking for an update to this workbook prior to the end date of 2029, or is it literally we have to have it within the next 4 years as part of the overall plan? But I will verify that. If anybody already knows the answer, please feel free to share. There is a lot of other information, well, not a lot, but here on the SharePoint site, I wanted to show you. Again, if you have a water supply plan you want to share, you can put it here. There is a link to it right here on the left. We have some other documents as well. The steering committee members are there, which are right here. I will always be updating and editing this. If a locality or any other entity wants to change members, add, take away, just contact me and I will make sure that this is kept up to date. After today's meeting, I plan on sharing this with DEQ so they have all contact information for our RPU. There is another tab over here for project tasks and schedule. Oops, actually I got it right here, which again, hopefully you can see. This is a tentative timetable for the project. We are right here today at this kickoff meeting. We're collecting water supply plans. We're monitoring the grant process. I'll get to that in a moment. There are other tasks that I have set up. I'm only showing it out through year 2027. My tentative schedule at this point is to have a steering committee meeting at least every 6 months or so, twice a year. Depending on how information might change, we may need to meet more often. And if anybody has a desire to meet more often, you may certainly say so. But again, you can take a look at that and hopefully see what the project is scheduled to be doing at this particular moment in time. And again, September 28th, that's the end of what we're calling our data collection phase. After that, we will be doing several tasks, which I've listed on the agenda as well. One reason why I want the cost estimates is ultimately, I feel we'll probably need to enter into a memorandum of understanding, and we may need to determine a cost split for getting all of this work done. Funding and grants is another question, which I'll get to in a moment. But again, an overall cost estimate is what we are hoping to obtain. We will also either plan RBA or perhaps a consultant we might hire would produce a summary of all the water supply plans we have. And by summary, let me turn this. All right. I'm sorry about that, everybody. I hit the wrong button. So you're still all right. Let me continue on. So again, the summary of the water plans, either Plan RBA will pull it together or perhaps a consultant. I did mention funding. There was a small grant given to do the data collection phase. As of now, I am not aware of any future grants from the state. However, they do indicate on their website that more information about the FY26 grant program is under development. I will continue to monitor that. Where it'll go, I don't know. I also received a message recently from the Virginia Department of Health about public utility funding. I don't know if that would apply to this project or not, but I'm going to a meeting in September in Fredericksburg about that. I have no more information other than they're having a meeting and they invited me to it. So I'm going to go there and learn whatever I can. Ultimately, to finish the plan, we think we're going to be hiring a consultant. And the idea perhaps is to hire it from what is called Plan RBA's on-call consultant bench. And maybe some of you have seen it before. Let me do this. All right, that's DEQ. On the Plan RBA website is this document, which I think maybe you have seen before and we have discussed with some of you. We have a list of firms that are eligible for work or contracts through us. The whole point is to streamline or cut short the process or timeline to get work done. You don't have to do the full-blown RFP. Again, water supply planning is not my area of expertise, but based on what I have heard from others, several of the firms on this list could perhaps do the plan. And if you're interested, again, you can go look at it on the Plan RBA website. If you can't find it, just let me know and I will share the link with you. And you can see, I'm trying to find one, various firms, and they list their capabilities and services right here. So that ends the agenda I wanted to share today. Does anybody have any questions or any concerns they want to express about the project? All right, well, again, Plan RBA is the coordinator for the Middle James 3 RPU. I'm the project manager. Any questions going forward, you can contact me directly. I will be the main point of contact, sending out future meetings and agendas and trying to keep everybody up to date on where the process is headed. As I said, DEQ sent out a lot of information today, so I'm going through that and I will be sharing it as appropriate in the future. If there are no further questions or concerns, I was going to end the meeting here. Thank you all very much for attending, and we will be in touch. All right. Okay, thank you very much. I'll end the meeting unless somebody has a quick question. Have a good day.